Hi, I'm Kevin Eikenberry, and I'm here to help you reach your potential as a leader and a human being. Welcome to Remarkable TV and the Remarkable Leadership Podcast. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you hit subscribe so you don't miss any future episodes. Today we're talking about milestones and how to look at milestones. Are you ready? Let's get started. If you've ever been driving in the United States on an interstate, every so often, about every mile, you'll see a sign that has a number on it. It's a mile marker. You're probably familiar with those. Well, they didn't originate in the US and in modern times, but they originated with the Romans on their major thoroughfares, if you will, with stones every mile, marking progress on the journey. Milestones make sense, right? Well, today we use milestones much more often in things like project management to help us plan out our projects and see how we're doing against a plan. That's how we typically think about milestones, but I think that there are really 5 ways that we can look at milestones and 5 ways that milestones can help us. Let's talk about each of the 5 now, shall we? First, milestones are a planning tool. Yes, I've already highlighted that, and of course that's true. When we're building a plan, if we think about when should we be here and when should we be here and when should we be here, putting together milestones along our path, along our timeline is a great way to do planning, and I strongly encourage you to do that. Milestones are a planning tool, but they're much more than that. You see, milestones are also goals. Milestones are goals. Each time we reach one, we've reached a goal. Especially for really large organizational projects, it's easy to sort of lose sight of where we're really headed. So if we can say, hey, by the end of this week, by the end of the month, by the 12th of February, whatever it might be, when we reach that milestone, we've reached a goal. And that's helpful for us because while we need big goals, having small goals along the way is a very positive way to help us keep moving. Milestones create perspective. They give us a sense of how we're doing on the overall journey. Back to the mile marker on the road. I know when I'm going to a certain location what the mile marker will be of my final exit. So as I look at a mile marker here, I know how far I am along the way. And so if we can get lost in the big journey. We can get lost in the big project. But if we have those milestones, say, hey, we're still moving in the right direction, milestones can create perspective. Beyond that, milestones drive momentum. Because if all we have is the big project that's due 17 months from now, it's easy to lose hope. It's easy to lose sight. It's easy to lose perspective, and it's easy to lose momentum. But if we have milestones set in a strategic way so that as we hit them, we can be renewed in our momentum and say, yeah, we really are making progress. We're moving forward. We all know how valuable momentum is. As a leader, we can use milestones as a way to drive momentum and energy on our teams and renew effort, if you will. And lastly, milestones are a chance to celebrate. Yeah, lots of people, me included, have said you ought to celebrate more often. I've often said too that we should celebrate things that really matter, not just make up things to celebrate. Well, why not celebrate a critical juncture, a critical milestone that we've passed towards a major objective? Why not say, yes, here we are. Yes, here we've passed it. Let's celebrate. Let's renew our momentum. Let's renew our focus, and let's keep moving, but let's celebrate the progress that we've made to date. Milestones are a planning tool, but they can be much more if we'll choose to think about them and use them in that way. Let me close with today's tweet. Milestones are more than a planning tool. Use the crossing of milestones as a way to create perspective, drive momentum, and provide a chance to celebrate. Speaking of finding ways to celebrate, why not celebrate with me every day, 5 days a week, on my daily email journey to helping all of us become more effective as leaders and individuals? It's called the Daily Email. It's free. You can register from here, subscribe for free. Hope you'll do that. And I hope you'll be back with me next week for another episode of Remarkable TV and the Remarkable Leadership Podcast.